Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gabo the Shaman, and today we're talking about the power of choice. Everything that happens in your life is a choice. And, so we'll talk about that. But before we begin, I'd just like to let you guys know that I have some sales going on right now. I have a Vedic Astrology sale going on. You can get my Vedic Astrology services at vincent.thunderwizard.com, links down below in the description, or go to linktree/Gabo the Shaman and check it out. Yeah. And then, so I have energy work courses, I have a support group that I do, career and life coaching, distance energy healing, things like that. So yeah, it's all great services. So, today we're talking about the power of choice and the power to choose your destiny. Everybody thinks that, bad things happen to good people, and that things just happen, and things just happen arbitrarily and they're meaningless. But the truth is that we all chose that. We all chose our life circumstances. And I'll just tell you a little bit about my choice. Here I am, I have a rare condition called septo-optic dysplasia. I am visually impaired. I'm completely blind in my left eye, except for minor light perception. Hypopituitarism, hypothyroidism, all kinds of crazy stuff going on with my brain and things like that. So yeah. So this is kind of, I could, there's always a choice in how we look at things, how we perceive things. Reality is just governed by your perception. So, your perspective, your perception, your point of view. So I could either choose to see myself as a victim of circumstance, bad genetics, God doing it to me, the universe doing it to me, my parents, bad decisions and whatever. All kinds of shit I could blame this on. Honestly, there's all kinds of shit I could blame this on. But I choose to see it as something that my soul came here to overcome. A challenge that I am here to overcome. So, and yeah, sometimes that feels silly saying that, because of the victim mentality programming that I have kind of going on too. Sometimes I don't like to admit that I chose this, but the truth is, from a soul level, I did choose this. So, your reality is your choice. People want to complain about why they're poor and why they're miserable and why their life is not going how they wanted to. Well, everything is a choice. You see, your conscious actions are obviously a choice. You could choose McDonald's or Wendy's. You know, you could choose to go to the gym, or you could stay home and choose to eat taquitos and veg out on the couch and whatever. So, I mean, it's all a choice. Everything is a choice. And so there's either conscious choices that we make or unconscious choices that we make. And so if so, this is why self-awareness is so important, because if we're not self-aware of our emotional agendas, of our motives, our agendas, our things like that, then we are not going to be aware of them, and we will make decisions from our unawareness. So we'll make choices in our unconscious unawareness. And so this is kind of the whole point of all the spiritual practices that I teach. We have the cosmic qigong right here. Those are very powerful exercises. Those are super simple, but very powerful. There's some movements in there. There's some standing postures, sitting postures, energy work. It's designed to go into your unconscious mind and root it out. Like pull out all the bad stuff from it and like show you everything that's in there. And it's a long process, but it's it's totally worth it. Like, because I find that once I'm out of my victim mentality, I find that it's easier to do things. It's easier to become more empowered. It's easier to become more more self-determined and empowered and things like that. So yeah, so yeah, because if you think about it, what is victim mentality? Your victim mentality is basically it's you trying to defend yourself from change. Victim mentality is an excuse to stay the same. And so we can either, and it is a choice, you can consciously choose not to be in that victim mentality state. Now you may have feelings about being a victim and having, and thinking that you have no choice in the matter and you are like helpless. You might feel that way. But does that mean that that's actually true, or is that just a feeling? It's a feeling. It's one thing to have your feelings, because I don't want you to deny your feelings. You need to have them. But it's one thing to have your feelings and one thing to indulge in them. Feeling bad versus indulging in feeling bad. Like, so if you indulge in your in like depression or victim mentality or things like that, like you're making the conscious choice to, well, it might not even be conscious, but you're making the choice to go into that, to indulge in that. And so it's you can choose to say, you know what, feeling a certain way right now, but you know, that you can take action to basically overcome that. You can take action to you can take action, and basically by taking action by taking a constructive action, you are choosing not to be a victim. You are choosing your empowerment. So even though you might not want to do it, even though you might your actions, like you might not feel like doing something, when you choose to do it, you will begin to see, like it'll shift you. Because what do actions do? They change our neural networks, neural pathways. So by continuously taking action that says you are not a victim, you will develop neural pathways that say that reinforce that, and so you will begin to it'll be easier to to not be a victim or not think of yourself as a victim. So yeah. And I mean, the biggest thing for my empowerment was these qigong practices, the cosmic qigong and the self-transformation challenge. That right there is a combination of kundalini yoga and qigong, and also meditations. So yeah. And then we have the qigong. So yeah. All right, guys. So I mean, you either, like, everything in your life is a choice. So it can either be a conscious choice or an unconscious choice. And if you have unconsciously chosen things that don't serve you, and you'd like to get out of that, then I would suggest getting these courses right here. They will help you to become empowered, to become more self-determined and things like that. So yeah, this is like the one thing that's helped me right here, the self-transformation challenge. That's huge. Okay, guys, so yeah, we will we'll talk to you later. Oh yeah, and I also have so I have my energy work courses that I just talked about. I also have I offer Vedic astrology readings, so I am a Vedic astrologer, certified Vedic astrologer. And basically what that is I give you the most important details within your chart and your birth time. I'll need your birth time and your birth date and all that. But basically I go in there and look at the planet that wants to help you most, and I give you a mantra for that planet. So yeah. And then, of course, we have the support groups. So I am a life coach and mentor, spiritual counselor, and basically I have support groups where we talk about, feelings, things that are bothering us, and things like that. So yeah, it's a great chance to be vulnerable with other people and to be open about your emotions. And the more that we can learn to be open about our emotions instead of acting out on them, instead of making that unconscious choice to act out on our feelings, we talk about them openly and honestly. So yeah. So we have that, and then we have the career and life coaching. So the career and life coaching is basically it's career coaching is where I basically walk you through steps to find your soul desire. So it's a one hour long session, and in that session, we will take you through like a guided meditation and ask you some questions to find your soul desire. And it's a really healing, really shamanic practice. That it's a great shamanic practice that that I do with you. So to help you, to empower you, and all that. And then we have the distance energy healing. So we have distance energy healing, and that is basically where I do the qigong, and I do the more advanced forms of qigong, and I basically I send that energy to you. So yeah, I do a shamanic ritual, and I do the qigong, and I send that energy to you. And I am also a Reiki certified healer. So yeah. So I kind of incorporate that with it. So yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. So yeah, take care. And we will talk to you next time. Peace.